This is my lesson plan project on implementing the NETS standards. This lesson plan project is going to be about persuading the principal. Can my students persuade the principal? The content standards that I've included that this lesson plan will be based on is a few ELA standards and a math standard. It's basically focusing around author's purpose. There's persuade, inform, and entertain. This lesson plan is particularly going to focus on the persuading piece. Also, the math standard, drawing a scaled picture graph or bar graph to represent data with several different categories. So pretty much evaluating, collecting data. The NETS standards that are included are the creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, research and information fluency, digital citizenship, technology operations, and concepts. To start my lesson, the first thing I'm going to give my students is the unit instructions and checklist. This is going to be put into a sheet protector and kept in their notebook. They will be able to refer back to this checklist after they complete each activity. I've put on here the purpose of the assignment. Basically, what my students are going to do in this lesson plan is they're going to be working in groups of 3. Their job is to persuade the principal to buy our school new pieces of technology. How they will do this is they will collect data from 5 teachers in our school, and that will give them the piece of technology to persuade our principal to buy. That will give them the evidence to prove that this is why we need these new pieces of technology. On here, I have listed their 9 different assignments that they're going to have to do. Once they create their Google Forms, send it to teachers, collect data, find out their technology piece, create the bar graph, choose a Web 2.0 tool, they will present this to the class. The class will vote on their favorite group, and if their group wins, they will be able to present their presentation at the Honors Day program. This is the Google Form survey they'll do first. They will create this survey based on their Google Form checklist. They must have all elements that are on the checklist. They will send this survey to 5 teachers in the school. It doesn't matter if it's a kindergarten teacher, first grade, it doesn't matter as long as it's 5 teachers in our school. They must receive 5 responses back. If they do not receive 5 responses back, they need to send it to another teacher to see if they can get the 5th response back. Once they get all their responses, then they will go into a Google Sheet and they will create a bar graph. This bar graph is based off of the responses they received from the teachers they sent their Google form to. This is a sample bar graph that I created. As you can see, 3 teachers said they would like iPads, 1 said Chromebook, and 1 said wireless headphones. So in this case, my group, the persuasion piece would be iPads. So they would be trying to persuade the principal to buy iPads for our school. This is the rubric they're going to be graded by for the bar graph. Once they know which piece of technology they are going to try to persuade the principal to buy, then they will choose which Web 2.0 tool they want to use to create their presentation. This is where differentiation comes into play. I'm giving them the option of choosing Prezi, Google Slides, or YouTube. I want them to choose the one they feel most comfortable with. I'm not trying to pressure them into using a Web 2.0 tool they have absolutely nothing, to do with or they know nothing about. This is the rubric they will follow in their presentation. I'll be looking at the information, the pictures, the design, transitions, animation, the projection, and also their speech. This is a little Prezi demo. A lot of people don't know about Prezi, but Prezi offers a lot of little gadgets. They can put in titles, pictures. It's just fun for the kids to use. It's something really different. It's a different presentation tool. The next is YouTube. if they wanted to, they could video themselves. They could create a speech and video themselves and upload it onto YouTube, or they could use the Google Slides. A lot of kids like Google Slides because they can choose different backgrounds, pictures, videos. It's just engaging for most kids. In the closing events, the students are going to have to present to the class. The class will vote on their favorite presentation. Group winners will present their presentation at the end of the year Honors Day program. They will also be able to evaluate their group members so that I can make sure everyone had a part and nobody just sat not doing anything. And then also, after everything's done, the students will create a Google Doc reflecting on the unit. A few recommendations to make the lesson a little better is make sure that all students have access to a Chromebook. Make parents aware of the new technology they'll be used and introduced to. Allow for plenty of time to complete the assignments and have a plan for any technical difficulties that you may have. And also, when grouping the students, make sure to put at least one student in each group who can act as a leader, just to answer the questions like, what does this say, or how do you spell? You don't want to waste time answering those little questions when you could be, working with kids on how to, maneuver a Web 2.0 tool. This is my lesson plan project.